Hello once again to Humankind. As part of the OpenDev program that they're running, we have another scenario that we can try beneath our hooves. Very nice. And of course, we've got actually all four of these unlocked, but you have to complete the previous one to go on to the next one. So in this video, we're going to be playing Beneath Our Hooves. The Egyptian pharaoh was unwise to venture out from the safety of his palace. Your brave Hittite charioteers are ready. Send these fools back to where they came from, or crush them. Very nice. So I would believe that the first scenario, Towers of Babylon, which is on the channel already, we've played through it. That was all about, testing the exploration and the various curiosities you could find, the way that you could expand your empire without the warfare. This looks like it's all going to be about battles. So if you missed battles in this one, well, there's going to be some here. So let's start the scenario Beneath Our Hooves. You've already seen some tutorials to play in this scenario. Do you want to reset them? No, I think just launching the scenario would be good. Considered the biggest chariot confrontation in history, the Battle of Kadesh pitched Pharaoh Ramesses in the 5th year of his reign against the Hittite king Muwatalli II. Although hindered an early Hittite ruse, the pharaoh eventually succeeded in reversing the situation. At the end of the 2 days of combat, the two armies finally withdrew without any real victor, although royal propaganda presented Ramesses triumphing over his enemies. The scenario is inspired by a real historical encounter, altered for the purposes of creating a compelling piece of strategic gameplay. And I will say that looks pretty cool. Chariots riding people down, because why not? That seems fine to me. I also quite love the artwork in this. It's obviously stylized as all art is, but I'm very much a fan. So let's see. The city of Kadesh has been a vassal of the Hittites for years, and for years the kingdom of Egypt coveted it, but the Egyptians are now sending an army to seize the city. To arms, Hittites, let's make the pharaoh kneel before our might. The Egyptian Markabata seem weaker in close combat, if only you could safely cross the river. So you need to win the battle. I understand. So we've got our 4 units here, 4 chariots, versus his 4 chariots there. Okie dokie. Is that all we've got? Is just the 4 chariots? Kadesh is down there. Okay. The game ends in 1 turn, so that's literally all there is. Okay, well, I guess we're just gonna have a battle. Looking at it, though, I will say, for the purposes of reviewing the UI, from certain angles, we can't actually see our own strength. I don't know where we just were that was not the case. But yeah, it's something like, if we zoom all the way in, what is it? 103? No, it's 100. But yeah, I would say that would be my main criticism right there. But yes, we shall engage. We are stronger. We're 112 versus their 100. So hopefully we will fight. My side is stronger overall. Confirm the battle. So we have the Gigir. Close combat unit that ignores enemy zones of control, particularly good for running down ranged units. The target unit can either move or attack next turn, but not both. It's just 4 units, no support units, no reinforcing units. We've got 100 health on them, 28 combat strength, no veterancy, and 1 attack range. Alright, we are... Do I want to change my deployment? Because I could get you to go around the flanks. I can't go any further forward. I'm happy with you up on the hill. I think that's going to be good for us. Sort of have them kind of enclosed here. You know what? I'm happy. We'll see what this is. We'll see what this deployment does for us. Maybe you can move back 1. End deployment. Oh, hello. Anytime you can click and enter out anytime by left-clicking on the button there. You can also activate or deactivate the auto battle mode. Alright, good. So, all I can see is 1 enemy chariot. So I guess I'm going to attack it and I can do a lot of damage. These Markabatas seem incredibly weak. They are vulnerable to close combat as they are archer chariots. Alright, well this seems like a very easy option. We're just going to attack him. Nice. So we do a very, very extraordinary amount of damage to him, though not enough. Not enough to kill it. Right, you can't get over there. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to get you to cross the river. Next turn you should be okay. You're also going to go across the river. You're going to go... Yeah, you're going to go to there. If you can hit him, then do. Oh, and you can. You're going up the hill and across the river, so chances are we're not going to do too much damage to him. Not enough. However, we did do some damage. He's going to take a shot at us. We've got another archer moving around up here, taking shots. Oh, wow, and he just murdered my chariot. Okay, so here's the deal. Their bows, real nice. They're real nice. They do 50 damage to us. Oh, we're still alive. 43 damage there. We got lucky. We got very lucky. But now we are much, much weaker. So, I think the deal is we move to here, then attack him there. We should live, is my hope. In combat, we are so much stronger, but when we're not in combat, we are very, very weak. Okay, we'll take this guy. We'll move him over here. I do not want to attack up a hill. I want to do as much damage as possible, so we'll attack like this. Do 60 to 70 damage. I like that quite a bit. So none of their chariots are dead yet, which is the painful worry. You are going to kill this. Unfortunately, we don't have any. We got some movement. No, we don't. Right, so you've murdered you. You're gonna murder you. Oh, he only did 5 damage. And then you've shot at me and done 8 damage. That's interesting. Okay. Well then we're going to attack. I mean, I could almost kill you, but I'm gonna go attack this guy. It's interesting that they took. They did so little damage. I wonder why that is. First off, you've taken 61 damage. That's good. Why did you take so little damage? Is it something to do with the terrain? Oh, we're in a forest. Okay, I did not realize that we were in a forest. That's good. That is very nice. So, he's got 19 health left. Sorry, 19 combat strength. What is his health? Can I check that? He's got 40 health. Okay. He's got 40 health. We're going to do, at the very minimum, 65 damage. He's dead. Hopefully we go back to the forest after the combat, like we did over here. Yes, we do. We go back to the forest. We're going to take very little damage. If you shoot at me, then that's not a worry. We're also in the forest over here, so we should take very little damage, correct? Very correct. Okay. Being in the forest, real nice. So we're going to come up behind you and then hit you in the butt. You have 48 health. We can do a minimum of 65 damage. So you are very, very dead, Ramesses. And that's you dealt with. And now, finally, we're going to get our last Gigir unit. Everyone's taken a little bit of damage, but so far, we're good. This guy has got 40 health. We'll do a minimum of 60 damage. He did. We have won the day. We have 2 chariots left. And that is all she wrote. We have succeeded. We have defeated the Egyptians. And yeah, that's great. So I think we've seen this before, but nice to see like what's coming later, like the amount of units, the size of those cities. I can't wait. wait to
Hi,
play
it's me again, back to say just a few words. First and most obviously, thank you for playing. We really hope you enjoyed it. Again, keep in mind that this is just a glimpse of what the full game will have to offer. The scenario you just played was specifically designed for OpenDev. Now, if you have time, we would really appreciate hearing your feedback. The game designers have put together a list of questions that would help us make Humankind the very best historical strategy game. If you're interested in hearing more about this, come join the community on Games Together. Thanks again for playing, and thank you for leaving your mark on Humankind.
Thank you. All right, so this was my success. We killed 4 enemies. We did 400 damage. And we only took 270. It's quite a lot. It's quite a lot. But we will of course give some feedback. If you're not interested in seeing my feedback, then I will see you later, and there will be another video out tonight with the second of the 4 scenarios. So if you're just interested in seeing some gameplay and seeing the way that the game plays, then thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you next time. But if you're interested in hearing my feedback on it, then feel free to stick around, and we will do exactly that. So thank you for playing OpenDev Scenario 2. Hope you enjoyed it. Because your opinion truly matters, blah blah blah. We've already heard this before, so let's just get into it. How many times did I play? Just the once so far. I probably will play it again, try and get increase my best score. How would you rate your overall experience? I would say I am satisfied. That was actually kind of fun. How likely would you recommend the Humankind OpenDev to a friend? Yeah, I would recommend it. I have recommended it. So yeah, sure. How likely would you be to recommend the Humankind game to a friend based on your experience with Humankind OpenDev? I have friends who like 4X games, so I would say that they should try the game for sure. Yeah. Overall, how difficult or easy was it to win the battle? I would say it was somewhat easy after I realized that they were doing fuck all damage in the forest. What do you think of this level of difficulty? It was. What did I think of the level of difficulty? It made sense for the first combat encounter. For most people who are trying the OpenDev, this would be the first combat encounter that they've had. So I would say it was around about right. How interesting was the battle? I would say it was interesting because of how the terrain played its part. The river, really preventing me from crossing easily. The forest being so important. I would say definitely it was relatively interesting. Which of the following elements explain why you found the battle interesting? Strategic depth, the terrain. Yes. How well did you understand unit movement in battle? Yeah, sure. I mean, it made sense. Yeah. How well did you understand how damage was calculated? I would say somewhat. It did show you the numbers. I didn't really look at it though. But I'm sure that if you wanted to, and if you really wanted to spend as much attention as possible and sort of like go the full meta area, you could look at all the numbers and position yourself in a way as that you do the most damage, you receive the least damage, that kind of thing. Did I use the high ground to my advantage? I used it to not be at a disadvantage, so I'm going to say yes. Did I use the rivers to my advantage? No, other than getting across. I saw rivers had an impact but didn't understand it. I understand the impact of the rivers, but it was not significant enough to take into it. I don't think any of these are true. I would have used the rivers to my advantage if they had come up. Because my goal was to get over the river. Right? My goal was to get over the river and get into combat. They weren't coming at me. I'd say if I was playing on the side of the Egyptians, then absolutely I would have used the rivers to my advantage. And I would say that the AI in this did use the rivers to its advantage. But for me, it wasn't really what I was looking for. So I'm going to say this. It wasn't significant enough. Yeah. Did I take advantage of flanking? No. None of these answers, again, I know flanking exists. although it didn't really show it in this scenario, because I was never in that opportunity. If I never tried to get 2v1. I don't think any of these really apply. I don't know if I am able to not say anything. Memorable moment from the battle. Thinking that I was going to lose before realizing that my chariot was positioned in a forest and thus took massively reduced damage from enemy fire. I'd say that was the memorable moment for me. Requires an answer. I'll say I used it, but no, because that's not true. I'm just going to say I didn't realize it existed. Fair enough. Did I take advantage of the Hittite's chariot's special ability? No, because I did not realize they had one. I actually don't know. Which of the following special rules had an impact on your battles? Range units were weak against melee. I think everyone who plays this, literally 100%, will realize this. Egyptian chariots can move up to your attacking. I did not realize that was a case. Range units work better if they have clear line of sight. Yeah. I don't know this because I'm not cavalry. I'd say one more. Terrain plays a huge part. Favorite part of this scenario? Winning. Least favorite part of this scenario? Losing to chariots. Yeah, fair enough. Is there anything else you want to share with us regarding what you experienced in the scenario? I would say that I think the forests are not really clearly forests. After you realize that it is forest terrain, then it is obvious, but without knowing that it is, it just looks like terrain, flat terrain with some, I don't know, darker colored mud on it. Also, stop. I spelled colored right. Bleh. I also spelled realize right. You bloody Americans. We would like to thank participants in OpenDev, including your nickname, and thank you video. Yes, sure. Include my nickname. Thank you. So, that is scenario number 2, part 1, Beneath Our Hooves. And yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this little showcase of a bit of a chariot fight. I'm going to have another shot at this and see if I can lose none. Try and use the forest a bit more to my advantage again. But for now, I am going to put a cut in this video. Thank you all very much for watching. Later on today, tonight, wherever you are in the world, depends on time zones and stuff. In a few hours, there will be I will be putting out, of course, the King of the Hill scenario. So if you want to see more combat, this time between Persians and Greeks, then stick around, and we'll be showing that off very, very soon. So thank you all very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this second look at Humankind, and I will see you in just a little bit. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.